Hello, dears, and welcome back to Benidorm town in Costa Blanca in Spain. We are situated right next to the private hospital Ahmed Levante, the football club in Rincon de Loix, and right next to the Sundays and Wednesdays market. And today we will be going to see what the real situation is in one of the most tense areas right now in Benidorm town as for the day of today. And we are speaking of the future brand new residential area with more than 20 hotels, skyscrapers, green areas, parks, children's playgrounds, and services, which will be on our right side. Some days ago, we started receiving a lot of information in the news media about this area being so dirty and dangerous in terms of fire. And look at this now. The municipal hall probably started to clean it once again. This area is being cleaned, and we suspect that this will be some more free parking spaces here in Rincon de Loix before the construction and building works will actually take place. To be honest, it's great. We need parking spaces here, especially towards the summer season, and it's really much appreciated. More and more of the area is getting cleaned up, but only here, what you can see by the road. Right now, we will be turning right and we will be heading inside of this area to see what the real situation is like. And maybe from the outside it looks nice, clean and tidy, but on the inside it's not as good, and it's not completely true. This is where also the Sundays and Wednesdays market is, and this will be moved to a different place once the construction work will be starting. We do not know where exactly, but it should be somewhere here nearby in Rincon de Loix. Maybe they will leave some of these ground parking lots in the future to make the market, or maybe they will cut some of these roads and put it there since it's only half of the day, 2 times a week. Also, here on the right side, we have quite a big place that sells gas. This is not the car gas we mean, but just a gas that you use back home for cooking, for the stoves or for the heating purposes. And this place right here, this probably will also be moved to a totally different area once the building works will start, and they will clean up all the entire land to prepare for the huge construction that will be taking place through at least a couple of years to finish up all this area and all the last touches to make it as nice as it is looking like on the project. This is the huge parking spot that is usually closed. The whole entire time it's closed, it just opens up for the marketplace. Why? Because it's a private parking, thus it's only used for this purpose, at least right now. This is the beginning of the road. This is the road that a lot of locals use to go directly from one side of Benidorm, from the outside of it, from the main roads towards the Rincon de Loix, way faster than the other streets. This is also the area where there are incredibly big independent villas with quite a big amount of garden or green space around it. But the thing is, see, there's even police passing by here every now and then. But the thing is that all these houses, the vast majority of them that are situated around this particular street, are occupied. They're occupied not with people that have the property of it, that are the owners, but with people who just went there in these houses and they just refuse to leave and have been living here for decades and decades and decades. And since the brand new project has been known, since they knew that this place slowly but surely will stop existing and there's going to be construction work going on here, and basically they will need to leave and search for a new home and probably pay for the rent. And how things are right now, rentals are really expensive. The issues, see, another police car. That's what I told you. There's A lot of police cars passing here every now and then, just in case something happens. And since then, people who lived here started to cause a lot of trouble. Look at this. This is what we've told you. Right by the street, it's all neat, clean, and tidy. But as you go inside, this is what you actually see. There's litter, there's some garbage on different sides of the road. We need to go very, very careful because people that live here are extremely sensitive with all these situations. So we need to think what we do. Look at this. They say they clean it all up, right? Then what is this? What is all this garbage, all this litter everywhere around? It's impossible to gather it all in one entire day. It's impossible, which means that it's been here for a while. I get that the town hall has other things to worry about as well, but knowing that previously we've had quite a few fires in this area that were probably intentional fires caused by all this garbage set on fire, we need to be careful with it. Extremely, extremely careful. All these houses that you can see, all of this is what will be gone with the brand new project. And this side of the road was covered with bushes before. It was covered with grass, with plants, with trees. Right now, it's way more clean than it used to be, at least this part of the road where we access all this area. But all the surrounding part of it is still very, very dirty and full of different types of things that people throw away, sofas, different types of clothing, just the usual garbage, litter, glass, plastic, etc. And it's just not clean enough to make sure that everything is all right with it. Just look at this. This is what it looks like right now. In the future, definitely will be a great part of Benidorm. Once it's over, once it's done, once it's changed, it will be absolutely incredible. But so far, it is not. Tourists obviously don't visit this place. There is no attractions here. There is no services. There is nothing at all. But us locals, we do pass here almost every single day when we need to move down different parts of Benidorm because there is no light system, there's no roundabouts. It's just a straight road that you can take to go to Rincon de Loix directly when you arrive to Benidorm town. Look at this. It is such a shame that the place with such gorgeous views to the natural park of Sierra Helada towards the skyscrapers, the mountains, the cross of Benidorm, all of this is covered with a lot of litter. Personally, I don't think this is the image that Benidorm wants to give. The main issue is that a lot of people who live here nearby, they have it as a job. So they collect all this, which is called chatarra, which is basically like rests of things that people don't want, that they want to throw away, either to sell them for a medal afterwards or sell them cheaper somewhere, like sofas they don't need, mattresses that are being thrown away. Oh, the shopping cart. Look at that, just randomly here on the side of the road. So there's a lot of different things here. There's a lot of things that they reuse, they resell. Look at these villas. These are giant, giant houses. If this would be sold right now, obviously it would be worth a lot of money because it's in the heart of Benidorm. It's in the heart of Rincon de Loix. But since people have abandoned this area or they've sold it long time ago, or they went elsewhere to another country and just left it behind, these places have been occupied for generations. And obviously these people are angry because there's a lot of cars passing by here. There's a lot of movement. They see the machinery working closer and closer to their homes, to their houses. Not technically theirs, but you know what I mean, to the place where they live. And there's more and more movement in all this area. The permits, the licenses, everything is going full speed. So probably in less than a year, they might start actually cleaning it all up to the ground and starting to build, or at least make the holes in the ground to put the cement on and start the future buildings or brand new residential areas. This is making a lot of people angry. There are many tall buildings around. There are hotels or apart hotels too that do actually rent it out for tourists. These are tourist accommodation options. And obviously, when you see all this from the back, you see all these not too clean things around you. It's not a nice thing to see, if you know what I mean. Obviously, at the end of this area, we have another side that will be changed forever, and people are just looking at us. Oh, I don't like it. You have to be very careful with it. Okay, let's just pass as nothing ever happened. We'll just pass and that's it. Hopefully. Okay, there we go. We need to go. Obviously, my hubby is here. He is filming and I'm just going next to him because this is the thing. You cannot go by yourself, especially sadly, if you're a woman, you cannot go here just by yourself filming. So I need to go with someone who can protect me, which is my hubby. And he is here filming today's video. At the end of this road, what we have is the old nightclub alley. This is the main entrance road to access Benidorm. Long time ago, we're talking 2 decades, 3 decades and more. All that road was covered in nightclubs and bars, night bars, up until 6, 7, 8 in the morning. Nowadays, there's only a few of them that are open. Basically, it's the Penelope. There's 2 Penelope Beach. There's a beach bar right by the Levante Beach, and then there's another one right on the road, which is mostly used for events or in summertime. And there's another one which is an alien spaceship, which is called Space, which is an after-hour nightclub or day club, should we call it? And it opens up once all the nightclubs close as an after-hour party, and it stays open up until late afternoon. And you can see some things there you wouldn't wish to see, by the way. So these are the only places that are open right now. All the rest are either closed or abandoned completely. And once the project will be starting, these nightclubs, a lot of them, at least on this side of the street, will have to go away because there is already a plan of building works. There's a plan of hotels and residential areas that will have these gorgeous views once it's all done and once it's all built. On the other side, by the way, we are right next to the road already. There's also a karting place right next to the after-hour spaceship that you can see right there in front of us, by the way. This is also a great place for fun. There are a lot of people who are coming here on holidays, especially groups, stag hen parties, bridal showers, divorce showers, whatever you wish. They're coming here to the karting to have some fun, and they can actually pick you up with a limo from your hotel free of charge, which is great if they have availability. That side of the road, I don't think it will be touched, at least for now. What will be is all this side where we're at just right now. And there's the famous spaceship, after hour spaceship we call it. That is usually open up until late day hours. All this will be slowly but surely gone on this side of the road. As you can see, there were some dancing clubs, like with the girls dancing, etc. But all this has been abandoned for quite some time. It's all closed. It's broken. You can just see that there's a graffiti everywhere. We just wish it would be gone very, very soon, to be honest with you, because it's not a very good side of our town. And it's probably one of the only parts that need to be fixed ASAP right now, because it's not giving a good image if people are coming from this street, for example, with a shuttle bus, with the airport transfer towards Benidorm. This is the first thing they can see. And definitely, it's not good. It's not a good experience. So I wish that as soon as the project is approved, there will be changes in this part, the sooner the better. And meanwhile, hopefully, the town hall will center the forces and will clean as soon as possible the garbage and the litter as much as they can on the tense side of Benidorm, because the summer is coming, and with all the heat, we just wish that there wouldn't be any kind of fire here anytime soon, because it's very, very difficult to extinguish a lot of the times if it's not being seen in time. This is how the most controversial part of Benidorm is looking like right now. A lot of changes are coming, and hopefully very soon we can be proud of this brand new area.